Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. In today's video, I am talking all about stamp and die storage and organization. Stamps and dies are one of those things that can slowly take over your space because you can use them over and over again so they never run out. In order to make room for new stamps and dies that I have coming, I need to give some of mine away. So stick around till the end of this video and you'll hear all about my stamp and die de-stash giveaway. But for now, let's jump right into organizing and storing your favorite stamps and dies. I'm going to share several products that I use to do just that. I've decided to rehaul my organization and really dive into categories that make sense for me when I'm trying to find that stamp or die. So let me share the products that work for me and the system that works for me to go from this to this. Like I said, my stamps and dies were getting out of control. I'd found myself searching for particular stamps and dies multiple times, and often I could not find what I was looking for. The system I used is based on Jennifer McGuire's stamp and die organization, and I'll link to Jennifer's organizational playlist down in the YouTube description box below. The first thing that I use is a Brother P-Touch label maker. I just checked and I ordered this one in 2015 and it's still working perfectly. I printed out labels for a bunch of categories that made sense to me for what I owned, and I'll go into more detail about my categories in a bit. These labels fit perfectly on the Stamp Market Stick and Store stamp storage dividers. I love these dividers because they come in a rainbow of colors, or you can get them in plain white, and the tab fits the label perfectly. They also have a coated finish, which protects them from getting dog-eared. And if you decide to change the label, they peel easily right off. So you can set up your label to be a certain width by pressing the label button and changing the size of the label from auto to a specific width. I chose 1.5 inches. To start out, I created labels for panel dies, basic shapes, critters, flora, rainbow, and Halloween. I had already created labels for the other holidays that I own stamp and die sets for, including Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, fall, and Christmas. The actual storage that I use for my stamps and dies is the InterDesign fridge bins, and specifically the ones that are split down the middle. I can fit a ton in there, and I like the handles. The only downside of this method is that if you want to move the bin to your workspace from somewhere else, they do get very heavy from the dies. So if you don't have a lot of arm strength, I don't recommend moving them around or thinking that you can. I use 2 different stamp and die pockets. I use the Avery Elle pockets and find them to be pretty sturdy, and again, they allow you to remove the labels if need be. Any waffle flower stamps and dies that came in their specific cloud storage pockets, I kept in there because these pockets are very sturdy, and I also like that they close at the top so teeny tiny dies are less likely to accidentally fall out. Within the major category of basic shapes, I have a bunch of subcategories. All of my circles are together, all of my squares are together, and so on. Right now, I do not have dividers for subcategories, but I'm considering adding them if I realize I'm having trouble finding things within the main category. I added a category for food stamps and dies and one for home, which right now has a door decor stamp and die set and the laundry set from Lawn Fawn. I like home decor images, and I can see myself adding more dies to this category in the future. Plus, these really didn't fit in anywhere else. For the holiday categories, I place them in order as they occur throughout the year. I put birthday first because I use that year round, and then I went month by month as each holiday falls chronologically. I also created a summer/ocean category. I recently picked up a Tonic Studios luxury storage tray and storage divider bar. I did not grab the clear plastic inserts yet, but I wanted to see if I liked the system before committing to it. The divider bar can be placed anywhere along the tray, and once you place it, it's pretty sturdy. You can slide it back and forth with some effort, but it's not going to just fall over or slide on its own. Since this storage tray is wider than the divided fridge bins I use for my stamps and dies, I thought I would try to use it for large stamp sets that didn't fit in the other tray, plus stencils that tend to be 6x6, and I added my embossing folders here since a bunch of mine are 6x6 as well. The trays I had been using previously for this large size items are the large fridge bins. The Tonic Studios tray is a bit taller and has a pull handle on the front that I really like. I ended up putting all my extra large stamps in the fridge bin and then keeping the background cling stamps, stencils, and embossing folders in the Tonic Studios bin and using the divider bar to separate the embossing folders from the other two. You can see how much better the stamps and dies look on this shelf. And I love having my embossing folders and stencils up on this level too, as they were down below before. The divider bar keeps this organizer neat looking. I love all the additional categories that I added to my stamp and die storage dividers, and I'm hoping these additional categories will help cut down my search time significantly. I recommend taking all of your stamps and dies out, seeing what you have before making your categories. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, in order to get organized here, I did have to pull out some stamps and dies that I no longer use, that are discontinued, that I have two of, some of them, and give those away. So let's take a look at what is in the giveaway box right now. You can see that my stamp and die giveaway features a bunch of stamp and die combinations, as well as individual stamps and dies. They come from a variety of companies like Lawn Fawn, Waffle Flower, My Favorite Things, and more. Plus, I have a Versamark ink pad. It's used, but it still has plenty of ink, and a Distress Oxide soot refill because I had accidentally purchased two of those. If I can fit the bin itself in a priority mailbox, I will include that too. This is one of the wide single bins. Plus, as my former winners can attest to, I always put more in the box to fill it out. So this is really just the starting point for the giveaway. So to be entered to win, you just need to subscribe to my newsletter. I know I haven't been good about sending out the newsletter, but I promise I will get better. I have been focusing on creating 3 videos a week, and that much content just takes me a lot of time to film. But I do want to send out this newsletter so those of you who miss some videos can see what came out in the weeks past. I will have a link to the subscription in the YouTube description box. For those of you who don't know where that is, I'm going to show you right now. If you're watching this video on a desktop computer or a laptop, you need to scroll down under the video and you'll see the start of the video description underneath, and you'll see the words show more. If you click on show more, the rest of the description will pop up. And in that paragraph, I will have the giveaway details and a link where you can click and sign up for the newsletter. If you're on a phone or tablet, it looks a little bit different. Underneath the video, to the right of the video title, there is a little down arrow. If you click on that down arrow, the description will pop up and you'll find the link as well as my supply list there. If you click on the X on the right-hand side where it says description, the description box closes up. You can always bring it back by clicking on that down caret. When you click on the link, a page like this will open up. Simply click on the button that says Newsletter Sign Up. Then type your email address into that box. And when you're done, click the Submit button. If you get an error message, that means you're already signed up. I promise. You can, of course, email me at the About Me page on my YouTube channel, and I will double check for you. But everybody who has emailed me has turned out to be already signed up for the newsletter. If you are already signed up, just leave me a comment down below letting me know that you are. If you are international, I'm sorry that I can't send this internationally, but you can still sign up for the newsletter. When I email the winner, I will simply ask if you have a US address, and if you don't, then I'll move on to the next person. I am this close to hitting 20,000 subscribers, and once I do, I'll be giving a big gift card away. So stay tuned for that because everybody can enter that giveaway. If you want an extra entry, when you click that link, You can also follow me on Instagram. I would love to hang out with you guys over there, but all that's required is signing up for the newsletter. I hope this video gave you some good ideas about storing and organizing your stamps and dies. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified every time I have a new video available. As always, I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. In order to make by company or all right, you may prefer. In order to get organized. No, that's okay. Somebody's I don't even know.